All right, guys, let's talk about the stocks that I'm buying here over the next month or so. So that way you guys have them. Obviously, there's some massive names on this list, and there's some other names that maybe you guys think should be on my list that aren't going to make the list as well. So, anyways, a lot to get into today. As you can tell, I'm on the road. It'll probably be this way, probably over the next, gosh, what are we in? End of May here? Probably through June, July, August, honestly, even through September there. So you guys will probably see lots of different backgrounds, lots of different hotels and Airbnbs and everything else is empty rooms and a lot of other things of that nature as everything kind of works through its way. Okay. So anyways, make sure you like the video if you like getting the truth out the hype, because it's exactly what you're going to get today, guys. And hey, this is all part of the journey with the stock market here. And I know there's a lot of craziness out there in the market right now. I know there's a lot of topics that are being discussed, and remember, these are just the stocks that I'm targeting right now. Okay. Obviously, at different times, I'm targeting different stocks. Obviously, in like a portfolio challenge, it's a little bit of a different strategy. So there's a little bit of a different stock picking that goes on in there versus my actual, large portfolios that I have overall. But to me, these are the ones that are on the biggest discount right now based upon my plan, my strategy, and for my overall goals to make sure I hit those goals. That's one of the most important things you've got to do is you've got to align to that. I have no interest in trying to chase the latest hot stock or trying to chase the latest hot trade or whatever the case is. That's fool's gold. I want Palantir down in, under 10 bucks for 2.5 years or so. That's the type of style that I want there. And that's the reason why I feel like the stocks that are always going to be on my list are probably always going to be stocks that nobody really wants, right? Nobody's really happy about, that you're going to get criticized for. In a lot of ways, that's a lot of times how I kind of know, man, I may be on the right track here, right? I may be really getting a steal deal because nobody wants that stock. Seems like those cycles happen all the time. When SoFi's at all-time highs, everybody's in my comment section on these saying, hey, why aren't you putting SoFi in that? Why is SoFi not on there? And then all of a sudden, SoFi down at, 10 bucks. Why do you have SoFi on there? It's dead money. It's kind of one of those deals. Google last year, right? Nobody wanted to be a part of Google. That was one of the most common things. Why Google? It's dead. I don't know. I like the way it turned out. Obviously, in our group, AMD was Advanced Money Destroyer for years, literally years. We were calling it that, playfully, of course. And then now all of a sudden, it's advanced money, whatever. I don't know. I don't know, whatever the heck word starts with D, that would be positive there. Dynasty. I don't know. That's the best I got there. Sorry, we're on the fly here. We're live, so I got to go with it. Anyways, the point being that whenever I'm looking at stocks that I want to buy, I'm simply looking at valuation and obviously is the company performing or not. Basically, am I getting a cheap price while the fundamentals are improving? That's kind of what I'm looking for there, which typically means it's not the hot trade, it's not the hot stock, it's not what everybody wants to be in, but that's okay. All you got to do is be patient and stick to that long term. That's how you end up with those wonderful averages where a lot of folks are like, wow, how did you get that stock at that price? How'd you have Palantir? How do you have an average, under $20? Well, that's how. So, anyways, on to the first stock, and that would be Amazon. All right. Well, you guys know my thoughts on Amazon. It's one that really been on this list well over a year now, maybe 2 years, in regards to just being a consistent buy. It's had a little bit of a run, obviously, but I believe the future for Amazon is so bright. They're involved in so many different things, guys. It's just like AWS. I remember when AWS started and it was the joke of Wall Street. What the heck is Amazon doing? Why are they doing that? Why are they going down the AWS route? What a waste of time. They don't know what they're doing. Has management finally lost it? Is Amazon dead? And obviously here we are today and it's the big dog out there. I mean, it's just these type things happen. They have so many different things cooking. They're into so many different markets. I even think the robotaxi portion that they're doing is going to creep up and sneak up on a lot of people and make very good money. Maybe not short run, but over the long run, that's just the way Amazon does it. They have so many tentacles out into so many different things. Obviously, we'll see what they have cooking with AI. Obviously, with robotics, they're able to kind of move into a lot of areas there to make their business even more efficient and continue to expand and get better and better. And just, it's a great business overall. And we're getting really cheap valuations on Amazon, which I love as an investor there because it always trades kind of rich, always has, probably always will, as long as they continue to pour money back into the business there. And so I'm very, very happy to continue to get Amazon at these depressed prices. It's not quite as cheap as it was last year. And obviously it's not as beaten down as Google was last year. But in regards to getting really good pricing on an incredible company that I think 5 years from now is clearly going to be bigger and be one of the big players in the AI race and everything else, Amazon's definitely it for me. So it's definitely a buy for me. So the next stock is SoFi. All right. In case you guys didn't know, I like SoFi. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. Check out my channel there and see. That's obviously you guys like SoFi too because they're always my most clicked videos whenever I put out a SoFi video. I know I haven't done one lately here. Maybe I'll get a chance to do one here in the next week or so in regards to SoFi there. But this is a company that is a weird anomaly out there. We can talk about fundamentals all you want. Fundamentals are great. Fundamentals are improving up and to the right, beat and raise almost every single quarter for the past 20 something quarters or so. Just an incredible performance all the way around, everything clicking on all cylinders there. But it's this weird stock to where either retail hates it for no good reason, or the reasons are always reasons that tell me that, okay, they're listening to social media and not actually understanding stock investing. And or it's the greatest thing ever and it's the future, but only whenever it's rocketing up in stock price, which hopefully you guys on this channel here aren't getting caught up in the a stock is great if the stock price is up, a stock is terrible if the stock price is down, right? I care about the fundamentals. It's all that I care about. Stock price will eventually reward those fundamentals over the long run. It's never not happened in the history of the stock market. And very few things are 100% in the stock market. But one thing that is you will be rewarded for those fundamentals. Your fundamentals continue to improve. The stock price will get there as well. Or if you overshoot your fundamentals, you will be coming down or staying flat till your fundamentals catch up. Those are the few 100% truths in the stock market there. So I know with SoFi, man, I continue to get a cheap valuation on SoFi. They continue to execute wonderfully as a business. Obviously, we know Noto and team, there's a top 5 management team overall. A lot of folks, oh, it's just a bank. Well, I don't know. You guys show me a bank that's growing at 40% a year. Doesn't happen. Oh, Wall Street's already spoken in regards to the multiple. I've heard that one before. That, guys, takes years for Wall Street to determine a multiple, and it hasn't determined a multiple yet for SoFi. So saying Wall Street's already called it is simply not true as well. I guess I should have said that back whenever it was all-time highs, right? Then I could say it had this massive fintech multiple, up over 80 or 100 or whatever the heck it was, right? I mean, we can play this game all day long in regards to that type thing. It takes years for you to figure that sort of stuff out, just like it takes years for a stock to go from trader controlled to institutional controlled or more buy and hold type hold investor controlled. Doesn't happen overnight, doesn't happen in a year, doesn't happen in 2 years. It happens over the course of years, sometimes even a decade before you end up figuring this sort of stuff out. That's just the way the stock market works in general. So for me, SoFi continuing to perform, especially on a forward basis. We're getting it at a really cheap valuation given the growth rates that they're giving and everything else. Even if you want to give it more of a bank multiple and then of course adjust for the growth rate, you're still getting it at a cheap valuation no matter how you look at it. So for me, going to continue to buy SoFi. This one has been easy money before. It's going to be easy money in the future. I know there's a lot of folks saying that they're holding bags right now. I apologize. I was right here saying don't buy it. When it got up over 20, 25 bucks, obviously when it was over 30, it's like, don't buy it, not worth it, but if you bought prudently, like at $9 last year, when you could have bought it back then, obviously you're still up on those shares. You're still looking very, very nice. So when you use good fundamental investing principles, it puts you in a great spot with a great stock. And right now we're getting a great price on SoFi. But let's talk about another stock that I want to buy, but I'm not buying right now, if I'm being 100% honest with you guys. And that stock is Palantir. And guys, you know their earnings were ridiculous. Everything about it was ridiculous. I just want to throw that one out there that it's one that I would love to buy right now. Actually, we got a lot of group members that have started just a straight up DCA back into Palantir. Just simply, DCAs are really, really hard to beat, by the way, statistically, in regards to long-term performance, return performance. DCAing into great companies is incredibly hard to beat. They decided to start it right then. They keep having earnings performance like they do. And of course, if Wall Street continues to have them out of favor, this stock right here is going to get real interesting real fast with incredible earnings, incredible growth, incredible everything. There's nothing negative I could say about their earnings whatsoever. It was impossible to find. Even Alex's white t-shirt was crisp, this time around for like the 4th or 5th earnings in a row. So literally hard to find flaws with that company. Would love to buy it. But for me personally, touched too overvalued still at this stage, but definitely moving in the right direction in regards to valuation. Just like we talked about last year, with everybody wanting to pile into it at 200 bucks. Hey, valuation says it's going to stick around. It's going to stay range bound for a long time. Given that valuation. Now, I also didn't see this incredible earnings, so it's definitely accelerating their journey out of that stagnant period, out in regards to valuation. But man, what a performance from a company. But it's still too expensive for myself to make it on the list this time. But let's move on to the final stock on this list, and it's going to be Meta. Hey, look, I know it's not everybody's favorite. I understand that completely. I understand a lot of folks don't like Zuck. Totally understand. A lot of folks don't think they know what they're doing over at Meta. Totally understand. A lot of folks want to point at the metaverse and say it was a mistake. I would agree there 100% completely. But to say this guy doesn't know how to lead a company into just printing money is factually false. To say he can't learn from his mistakes is just a giant assumption that's based upon nothing. And more importantly, they seem to be putting money into the right areas, and they seem to be chasing other parts of AI that fit more with their overall strategy in regards to both software and hardware and a lot of other things of that nature. They seem to be on a much better track this time of doing their own thing, not chasing what everybody else is chasing, but chasing their own thing. Yes, they're involved in a lot of those other things as well, but I believe it's part of a bigger holistic picture that they're not necessarily letting us in on yet. Even if that's not the case, okay? They still print money. The core businesses are still printing money. They're still growing double digits. This is an incredible business. We saw it. He burned money on the metaverse. Didn't freaking matter long term at all. Didn't matter. Who freaking cares? Meta was right back to printing huge, huge EPS numbers and, of course, giving us massive returns as investors. So this one right here again seems to fall out of favor. It seems like every other year or so. Great. It's out of favor right now. Please continue to beat this down so I can continue to add to a great stock like Meta at cheap valuations. And remember, if you want to see my complete watch list with price targets, you want to learn how to do valuation so you know exactly and understand exactly how much you're paying for a stock. You want to be able to lay out a plan, a strategy, be able to have access to free coaching, free courses, the best 6, 7, and 8-figure Discord out there, live Q&As with myself. I put out 3, 4, 5 videos a week just strictly to my group. They're covering all kinds of topics. Make sure you check out the pinned comment. I may have something special for those of you guys that stuck around this long for my group. Check it out, see if a membership's right for you. And click this video here if you want to see exactly what I'm buying in this market. And click here to see my exact plan for this market. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.